so this video is going to work through page 4 and 5 of the Essential Elements books. And this is primarily a play along video if you'd like to warm up. And so you can just have a good reference, or hopefully a good reference. And I'm just going to give a quick reminders as we go through this process. But my biggest reminder is going to be hand position, because I think we're pretty comfortable with the embouchure, making a good first sound. And so the next big thing is going to be making sure we're holding the instrument correctly. So we're looking at page 4, the first note, which is a G, second line of the stop, and that's going to be fingered open position. Now, even though we are open, you are making sure that you are hovering over all the notes, and hopefully you can see my fingers in this video. That will help with that. As we're going through this, make sure that we're giving a clear T front, and that we're pushing our air all the way through to the end, and that we are freezing at the very end. I'm going to put on a metronome at 75 beats per minute, and I'm still tapping my toe, checking my horn angle, and making sure that everything is set for that. All right, so one quick reminder before we begin about hand position. We're going to have thumb on the back at the 2 o'clock left hand. Make sure the tip of the thumb is able to touch the tip of the register key, but we're not pressing it down. And then the first index finger, the first knuckle, is going to rest against the A key, and the rest of the hand will rest against the side key. And then we are angling down on open tone hole 1, 2, 3, and then the pinky is on the largest pinky right here. I think it's called E key. And then we have 4, 5, 6, and then we are putting our pinky on pinky 2. Pinky 2 is the one right below pinky 1. Okay, and make sure the thumb is underneath the thumb rest, and that is not the whole thumb sticking out. It is just the nail of the thumb underneath the thumb rest. All right, so we'll get started. Here's number 1, G. All right, number 1. Ready, and down, up, down, up. All right, easy peasy. So now we're looking at number 2. This time we are doing our T articulation. Remember that when we articulate, we are thinking about articulating the tip of the tongue to the tip of the reed right here. So you can get closer. Right there is where you're aiming. So make sure that if I have my tongue, I'm thinking T, 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 and backing away. I'm thinking T because it's going to arch the back of my tongue. It's going to be pulling slightly back. All right, here we go. Number 2. Put my met on again. Ready, and down, up, down, up. And stop. So one other thing to think about, and same with brass, we're pushing our air all the way through. We don't stop our air, and the tongue is just interrupting the air, making sure we're comfortable with that concept. Number 3, we have F. F is going to be just thumb on the back. Everything else is hovering with the correct hand position. And here we go, number 3. Can you get my met back on? Number 3, here's F. Ready, and down, up, down, up. And stop. Wonderful. Next is number 4. This time we are looking at 2 notes, F and then G. It's not a big transition. Again, as we're going through this, make sure that the hands are not flying, even though it's simply just going to be pressing on the back button. Still thinking T, still thinking about pushing air all the way through. Let's do number 4 together. Here we go. Ready, set, down, up, down, up. And stop. Cool. So I'm actually going to do that one more time because I squeaked. And the reason why I squeaked, my metronome, is that I was not pushing the mouthpiece up to the top of my teeth. So that was my reminder for me. And let me try again. Try along with me. Number 4, choose a team, getting that F solid. Ready and set. Again, number 4, down, up, down, up. And stop. Much better. Yay, Miss Rodriguez. All right, we're going to keep moving on. So now we're looking at number 5, which is going to be our E. Now we're going to add thumb plus first tone hole, again, hovering all the other notes, pushing our air, thinking T articulation. Here we go, number 5, E, first line of the staff. Ready, set, down, up, down, up. And stop. Wonderful. Let's go to number 6, moving on up. This one, I would take the time normally to finger through it and then make sure that we're pressing down everything correctly. As you're pressing down E, make sure you're covering both the entire back thumb hole and the front thumb hole and the front tone hole. So let's do number 6, moving on up. Here's the mat. And set. Ready, set. Down, up, down, up. And stop. Wonderful. And of course, if I were actually doing this with beginners, I would be repeating all these lines to give them a chance. But here we go. We are moving on to number 7, D. D is fingered thumb, 1, 2. And again, making sure that our fingers are not flying through any of this and that we're securing the entire tone hole. There can't be any leaks. Here we go. Number 7, D. Ready and set. Down, up, down, up. And stop. Wonderful. We're going to keep going. Hopefully you guys noticed that during the rest, I'm still taking a 2-count breath. That's something we haven't talked about in a bit. All the instruments take a lot of air. And so we want to give as much air time as possible to help them be set up for success. So make sure we're getting a good 2-count breath in. And we're breathing from here, and I'm breathing through the corners of my mouth. All right, let's keep going. Number 8. Again, this is one I would do the singering position. Actually, I'm going to do it because I don't trust myself. So we're going to singer through this one time. Starting on D, 8, singer man. This is my offset, down, up. Ready, say the notes. D, 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 E. Rest, breathe. G, 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 up. Rest, repeat, and go. D, 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 E. Rest, breathe. G, 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 F. Rest, freeze. And again, I might have my students, I'm sorry, you cannot see me that entire time. I would have my students say exactly what I'm saying as I'm going through that. And so you didn't see me, but this is my offset. Another offset that we can do is like this. And so that way they can take a rest from their hand. And so you can just put it on their left leg. So that way they're still tapping their toe with the right. This is actually my left leg. So they're tapping their toe with the right. And it's getting them a little break, but still working through the fingerings. All right, let's play it. This is 8. I will take the repeat. And I will show my video this time. Here we go. Set, ready, down, up, down, up. Rest. got there. We did it. Sorry, I was saying rest because I was about to like say breathe, and I was like, wait, I'm playing. Why am I giving instructions? All right, number 9, C. Here we go. First letter line C. We have thumb, 1, 2, 3. So now we have covered all of the open tone holes on the upper joint. Make sure that, again, our right hand is staying solid. It's still hovering. It's still in the correct position. Our pinky's still in the same place. That's going to be important, especially as the students continue to play clarinet. Let's do number 9, C. Here's the met. Ready, set, down, up, down, up. Ooh, hold on. I'm going to give a restart. Ready, set, down, up, down, up. And stop. So as you could tell, at first I did not get the correct pitch. And so I was adjusting my angle of my mouthpiece, pushing up, but actually what I needed to do is lower it slight down. That was my fix. And again, if your students are squeaking, there's a bunch of fixes that can happen. It could be too much mouthpiece, too little mouthpiece, the angle of the mouthpiece, if they're pushing to the top of their teeth, the angle of the clarinet. There's so many things. So have them explore and then find that sweet spot for them. Okay, so hopefully I can find that again. Here is number 10, the Fab Five. I'm going to singer through this and I will take the repeat. So I'm going to go singing like this time. Ready? And say the notes and sing and go. C, 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 D. Rest, breathe. G, G, F, F, E. Rest, repeat, and go. C, 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 D. Rest, breathe. G, G, F, F, E. Rest, 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 freeze. Fantastic. All right. And then I would go around and I would check and make sure those fingers are not flying off, because if they're doing it right here, they're going to definitely do it up here. So keep repeating until your students are comfortable with how their fingers are going to hover. Okay, I'm going to play a test note C to make sure I'm set up for correct. All right, there's my sweet spot. Here we go. Number 10. I will take the repeat. Ready, set, down, up, down, up. And stop. Fantastic. We did it. We got through page 4 and 5. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to please work through this weekend. It's going to make us better, and we're going to work through all of this in class. Let me know if you have any questions. All right. I will make videos for the playing exams.